This dealership failed the APA annual service survey. So you're not willing to answer any questions about how your dealership failed the APA.
It's an extremely shady business, and I can't believe that there's somebody out there that operates like this, not only in the state of Florida, but in the United States. There's no need for it. Dealerships need to make money. Dealerships need to sell you cars. That's their job. They're going to do it, and they're going to try to sell you a car when you go in.
The biggest action of its kind in U.S. history. Chrysler is being ordered to pay a record fine of $105 million for mishandling dozens of recalls. The company must offer to buy back 500,000 Ram pickups that have defective steering parts, causing customers to lose control, and owners of 1 million Jeeps can trade in their vehicles after certain types are being considered prone to deadly fires. An issue with the gas tank has been linked to more than 50 deaths.
Well, I'm glad I could put that fire out with this fire extinguisher. Handy at all times, especially if you own a Dodge vehicle. And what else is on fire is my last video I made. If you guys have not seen it, link in the description below. Now, might as well create an affiliate link for this product if you guys don't have a fire extinguisher, if you don't want what happened to family cruising to happen to you, or if you want to try to prevent it and want to avoid all the lawyers, the cases, and the police coming after you. Link in the description below. Man, I honestly thought I was gonna have a hard time filming this video, trying to get the clips of the cars on fire, but surprisingly, as soon as you go on YouTube and type in Dodge on fire, you got a whole list of cars on fire. What a surprise. If you guys don't know, Dodge is one of the biggest recalls in the US history, approximately affecting 4.8 million vehicles. Big money moving away from Dodge for all these recalls. Now they have a bunch of recalls, from airbags to alternators causing fire, and there's so much more. I'm not going to get much in depth here. There are approximately 500,000 cars out there with the risk of fire. Fiat Chrysler is warning the owners of approximately 4.8 million vehicles to stop using the cruise control immediately due to a potential defect that could leave the driver unable to cancel the cruise control during certain circumstances. The recall is one of the largest ever issued in the US. But let's get onto the topic that's more relevant right here. We're talking about family cruising. We're talking about Dodge Hellcats, Demons. Hellcats did have a recall at one point, and in the recall the car may experience failed engine oil cooler lines, and if the cooler line explodes, supposedly it can even go on your windshield. That cooler, that oil, is going to spread all over, maybe causing a crash. The oil can spray on hot engine components and causing a fire as well. So guys, recalls are very common, and the more technology advances and there's more luxuries in the car, there's going to be more recalls. So the main guy on YouTube in the automotive world right now is Family Cruisin. What is going on with that guy? Well, we all know he had a Hellcat. His Hellcat had engine problems. I'm not sure if that engine was repaired under warranty. I heard some rumors that he had a GoFundMe page to fund that new engine. Whatever that case may be, his old engine went bad. They installed the new engine. After having the car for some time and doing a few tests on it in back roads, that car's engine failed again. Fuel leaking, boom, engulfed in flames, burned to the ground again. Now, I'm not sure if he's taking the car to the dealership and claiming it's their fault this happened. I'm not sure what the deal is. What would you do? Whose fault is it? There's a whole big scandal right now going on. Is the dealership throwing punches like McGregor at Family Cruisin', or is Family Cruisin' waiting for that perfect uppercut on the dealership? Alright, so we're going to take two different perspectives here. One perspective is from Paul's side, and one perspective is from the dealership side. So let's jump into Paul's perspective right now. He had a car, they swapped an engine. Swapping an engine is an intensive service. It's going to take a long time. A lot of parts, a lot of wires, a lot of hoses, clamps, everything needs to get checked, which clearly something didn't get checked, right? Now let's say Paul wasn't street racing, right? Paul wasn't endangering his child, and Paul wasn't chilling with some sexual predators, whatever, right? Paul's a regular guy daily driving his Hellcat to work, obeying the speed limits and the law, right? Let's say he's in that situation. His car catches on fire, burns to the ground. Legally, who's reliable for that? Who's responsible? Definitely Paul's life was in danger, and this danger was caused by the dealership's fault of swapping that engine and not verifying that everything is safe, everything is working properly. So in this situation where Paul's a perfectly great guy, he can definitely sue the dealership for this possible harm caused, damages in vehicle, whatever. Now, if you're on the dealership side and perspective of the dealership, you got some guy, right? Let's say the dealership didn't know he's a street racer, blah, 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 like I mentioned before. Paul's car burns down, files a claim against the dealership, blah, blah, blah. Now, what is the dealership going to do? They have to prove that he burned that car down somehow, and it's not their fault. But clearly, in the paperwork, you just performed service on this car. You just swapped an engine. Most likely, in the court of law, in my opinion, people are going to be looking at the dealership like, you swapped an engine and the engine blew up. That's kind of fishy, I think the dealership doesn't want to repair another engine because their engine's going to cost 15 grand or more for the Hellcat motor. To prevent this, they're trying to go after Paul, quite possibly, and use the evidence that they have against him as far as his YouTube channel, the little street racing he did. And then as the police got involved, as the lawyers got involved, more and more drama, more nitpicking came out of this whole situation. My last video, I got a lot of hate comments talking about how I'm on Paul's side. Honestly, I'm not picking any sides. I'm just trying to see the perspective of both parties, just like a courtroom would. Anyway, guys, I'm curious to hear your comments on this topic below. And if you guys have not smashed that like button already, go ahead, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you like these kind of videos. You don't have to ring that bell, okay? But subscribe.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya. Kid from California, trying to make it in life. In school they never taught ya.